Hello my beautiful people, welcome to I am Craft. Today's class will be learning this type of laptop bag or office bag for men. It's beginner friendly, okay? So this is the main body of the bag, which is measuring 15 inches and half by 12 inches and half, and it is that you need for this bag, okay, both and front. Okay, so this is the front panel, and the back panel I added 1 inch to it. Okay, so now we are going to work on the front panel first. Okay, we are going to curve the side as usual. You just curve the four side. I'm going to curve mine using 1.5 by 1.5 from each side. Okay, after that I'm not to use my hand to draw it, to curve it. Okay, or you can use any object that you feel fast for you or better for you. Okay, after doing that I'm going to cut it out, and I'll use it to duplicate the other side to cut it out. After that I'm going to find my midpoints for the bag, both up and down. Okay, after finding the midpoints I am going to, after this part is being done, I'm going to carry this pocket. It's optional, guys. It's not compulsory. Okay, I've already split it, but I'm going to show you the measurement. The measurement is 8.5 by 10. Okay, is 8.5 by 10. So this one that I cut, the smaller part is 2.5. This is where I'm going to sew my zipper to it. This place that I cut. Okay, if you are following my tutorial, you know good side of the zipper facing good side of the fabric. Okay, after sewing it, like, now cut out the excess fabric, the excess zip, sorry. After cutting the excess zip, you trim out the thread, and then you turn it and top stitch. Okay, you now turn it and top stitch. After top stitching it, can you top stitching it, you will now do same thing to that other side that we cut 2.5. Okay, it's very easy and simple. Okay, and it's very fast and beautiful also. Okay, after getting the part, to now sew the upper one, and then you turn it and top stitch using the same method. After doing this, you're now going to use this bias tape to tape the edge, the up edge of your zipper, of your pocket, just this upside, as you are seeing me do mine. Okay, you now does it, or you now pipe that upside and then cut out the excess um bias tip. Okay, after that you now insert your zip puller. Then you now also find the midpoint of this pocket. Then you know zip that you don't want. If you find the midpoint, remember you've already found the midpoint main panel of your front panel. Okay, then you now place it in a position where you are going to mark it as the downside. Then you now it round the four corner. Okay, you stitch it all round. Please always be patient with your work so that it will come out the way you desire it to be. Okay, after this part is being, you now carry that same bias tape. You remember that tape, you now carry that same bias tape, and then you're now going to pipe it from the top down to where you sew your pockets, to the downside. Okay, but for me, I'm going to fold it to give it a thin lining, a thin bias. I one is going to be more better and matured, or more better and attractive. But if you can't fold it, just go ahead and put it as wide as it is. So can you see how mine turns out to be? Then I fix my decoration on my logo. Then you need foam and lining. Place your fabric, your panel on top of the foam and the foam of the lining. Can you see? So the foam will be at the mid, the lining will be at the downside, then the panel will be on top of everything. Then you now sew it round. Okay, just sew it round the four corners, the back. After sewing it, you now cut out the excess foam and the lining that you don't want. Okay, you need let everything be equal, neat and beautiful. Okay, after this part is being done, you now carry back panel. You carry your back panel, okay? You know our measurement is 15 inches, 12 and 15 and a half inches by 12 and a half inches. So that back panel is going to be 13 inches in place of and half inches. So I'm going to mark 5 inch, but you can also mark yours as 4.5 or 4 inch, any one that you want it, as I do, as I've done this. Then you now draw it with ruler and cut it out with the help of your scissors. Okay, this is that we are going to insert our back pocket. So we are going to sew our zipper to it, just have sewn the front pocket with the same form. Okay, is that super easy and beginner friendly? Trust me, you're going to sell this. This person actually asked me to just one, okay, just one, her dad who happened to be a pastor. So I made two and she ended up buying the two for her dad and her husband. So it's very, very um fast, beginner friendly, and is beautiful. You now turn it and top stitch it using the same format. Always be patient, please. I will advise, always be patient. Don't rush whenever you are doing a new project. Okay, after this you now place your other side, and also okay, after doing this, you're now going to carry this your up panel and place it on top of the back panel. Then you now trace it out with your pen or chalk or anything you are comfortable with. Then you now cut it to the same size that you need. Okay, you cut it out as shown. Okay, after it out as shown, you know the first panel we use the form and the lining direct. So and after inserting your zipper puller, going to cover it first with a line, okay, to form the pocket. Make sure you take the excess zip that you don't want. Then just go ahead and lining it first, form the pocket. So you see you need extra lining for this. After lining it right, you cut out the excess lining that you don't want. So you use your foam now and the second lining. Can you see the second lining and my foam? Then you place them just as you did to the front panel. Okay, is that super easy and friendly? So guys, please go ahead and do as I'm doing. Do it later, then comment down below, let me know the results you've gotten so far. Then you find the midpoint of your panel. Okay, after finding midpoint of your back, both the back panel and the front are almost done. Then we are now going to top it and pick our handles, up handles. Okay, so for this up hand I made 11 inches. The belt is 1.5 inches. Okay, yeah, 13 inches, sorry, 13 inches, and belt is 1.5 inch and is 2. Okay, after you now mark 2.5 from the edges of your belts of half. Either you use the fabric that you use or this type of weaving rope. Okay, you now mark like this, then you sew it from this mark points to the other. Okay, you do it for both hands. Can you see the results? Okay, after that you now pick your panel, that notch point that you mark at the top and at the base. So we are not working at the top, marking from that means 2.5 from each side. Okay, 2.5 from each for mine, but yours can vary, it depends you use. Okay, then look at how I'm going to place my handle. Be careful, okay, so that you will not end up losing again. So place your in this direction. Okay, place your handle in this direction. You will now do the same to the back panel. Okay, to the other panel we're going to do it. Okay, so after this is being done, you stitch your hand. Then our back and front panel are very, very ready. Okay, we'll stop it and now take our gusset. Okay, you now take your gusset. This is the up gusset where to carry the zipper. So I am cutting out inches of this 6 inches, okay, 22 inches by 6 inches. Okay, so after getting this up, I'm going to divide it by 2, the middle. I'm going to divide it. I'll look for the center, then I'll now 2. So I'm not just going to this, I'm going to cut it into 2 by. Okay, after cutting it 2, I'm going to sew my zipper and my lining to it. Can you see, guys? I'm going to sew my zipper to it, just as I'm doing on the videos that you've seen so far this channel. So the line, the zipper and the lining. So the good side of the zipper is going to fit good side of the fabric. Then the good side of the lining is going to cover the zipper and the fabric. Okay, then stitch it straight. After stitching it straight, you're not going to excess zipper that you don't. You just cut out the excess zipper. After cutting out the excess zipper, you have to turn it, stitch round. Okay, just follow my format. If you are using my measurements, just follow the way I am doing it, and you're super fast and easy. Okay, after cutting everything zipper, you're going to turn top stitch. Okay, you top stitch. Also remember, trim out your thread that you don't want. After doing this, take the other side and repeat the same thing. Okay, you want to repeat the same thing to the end. Okay, so now after trimming this one, I told you that you're going to repeat the same methods to the other one. So don't forget, you're going to place the other parts that you place it, and then you repeat the same thing to it. Okay, so after doing this, you're going to have your front panel all fixed, your front gusset fixed. So after fixing your front gusset, we are now going to insert the zipper. I'm using 2 zipper for this part. You know, the other pockets I use only one zipper, but for you, you can use 2 depending on your preference. Make sure you cut out the excess lining. Is not necessary, you just cut it out. Okay, after cutting it out, insert your zipper head, your zipper puller. Then you're now going to carry your gusset, your down gusset, and measure it. And or if you have already you're going to measure it, which I measured 30. Sorry guys, tired, hectic day. I measured 32 inches by 5 inches. Okay, 5 inches for the down gusset. Okay, after doing getting the down gusset, you're also going to get the same measurement for the lining. You're going to place this small hanging rope for the hanging handle. So I use just 2.5 inches belt for it to hold my square. Okay, so I use it to hold my squaring or rectangle rather. So I use it as shown. I place it by the edges of the zipper, then I now sew it. I sew it, then I now cut out the edges. Then I go ahead and carry my down gusset, placing the fabric of the gusset facing the fabric of the where I saw my zip lining. Okay, good side facing good side, and now stitch. After stitching it, I'll now turn it and stitch this side. Can you see? Just follow it gradually. You're going to perfectly well. Okay, after getting this side, we are going to repeat the same format or the same method to the other edge. Okay, just sew it. Look at the way I'm placing my fabric. Just follow it gradually, guys, please, especially for the new for the beginners. Okay, especially for the beginners, just place it like this, then sew it and top stitch. You're going to see that your work will be like a professional. So always be patient. After, you're now going to sew that down gusset round. Okay, you sew it round, the lining and the fabric, you sew it round together. Then after sewing it round, you now trim it out, trim the excess lining that you don't like. you just trim it out. After trimming it out, you can see, you now trim it out. As you can see, you just sew it, just sew it round, and then you cut it out. Then you midpoint of your gusset, just as you are seeing me finding my midpoint. Okay, is that simple? Just find the midpoint as you are seeing me find the midpoint. So please, to my returning subscribers, thank you so very much for sticking around, as you are most welcome. So don't forget to like this video, share, comment down below, and please just go ahead and try it. You can do it even much than what you are seeing right now if you just focus. So after that, you're going to carry notch side to notch side. I'm starting with the front panel, notch side to notch side. Where your zipper is where your handle will be. You're going to now sew it round. Okay, can you sew it round gradually? Just sew it round the panel and the gusset. Then this place, if you notice that it's not going to be it's not going to align, or is maybe the down panel is bigger than the gusset, it's not, just it. Can you see the way I'm notching mine? Just notch it, and then you now sew it round perfectly. Okay, so after sewing it round like this, you'll see that the result will be super beautiful, very very beautiful, as if it's from a factory or a tree. So after doing this, you're now going to trim out what you don't want. Then you now carry bias tape, and then you bias it around. Cover the rough edges for a perfect or a sweet looking finishing. Okay, you just cover it like this. You sew it all around with your bias tape. Just go gradually, and you see how beautiful it's looking already. So after doing this, you now carry your back panel. You repeat the same method as you have done to the front panel. Okay, so viewers, these points, if you find this tutorial helpful, impactful and educative, a thumbs up so that this video will reach to a larger audience. Okay, give it a thumb, subscribe to my channel, share, download this video so that this video will reach where it's supposed to reach. So this is the end of our tutorial, and we are turning we have done so far. Okay, so please guys, in this place I forgot to show the hanging rope, but if you want to sew it, you know how we normally sew it. I just measure 50 inches of my belt, and I just fix the hook, and they are just so. Thank you so very much for sticking around. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Please do not forget to subscribe. Okay, do not forget to share, do not forget to like, and see you in the next video. I know you can do it. Bye.